All right, so I'm making this video here as a public service announcement on how to navigate the Ohio Bureau of Motor Vehicles successfully. Hopefully you can learn from my mistakes. And they've instituted some new, if you haven't been there in a while, like you only go every few years for your driver's license, they've instituted some new stuff to actually make it less painful going to the Bureau of Motor Vehicles. But if you don't know how to use the new systems, it's 10 times more painful than in the past. So that's what I'm going to do here on this. If you're from not in Ohio, your state probably has something similar. You're going to have to look that up. But this is from my personal experience. It was birthday time. And like birthday time, what happens? You have to go get your driver's license every few years. You dread it. You're like, how could this be happening on my birthday? But here's how it worked for me. So what they've instituted is a get in line online system, where you can actually go in, click a button. I'm going to share the screen with you here, what it looks like. Hang on one second here. Let me show you how this thing looks. And you'll get a chance to see where it looks. So you can get in line online. So you want to get to the Bureau of Motor Vehicles and you want to get in line online. Now, there's two ways to do it. You can do it from home, which I highly, highly recommend. You can do it from home. And when you do that, it's right down here. It's small. It's at the bottom. Don't wait in line, get in line online, and you can save your place. Okay, I'm not going to click it right now. I'll go back to that in a second. Or you can go to the Bureau of Motor Vehicles. This is what I did yesterday, and it cost me 2 hours of my life I'll never get back. And I ended up having to leave and didn't even get it done. You can go to the Bureau of Motor Vehicles, and outside they have a QR code. You take your smartphone, you click that, and you click the button, and it shows that you're there. Problem is, yesterday the wait was going on almost 4 hours to do that, which it's cool because they have a queue that you're in that they're gonna show you on your phone. I'll show you this in a second, a bigger picture of it, but shows you your place in line where you're at, so you can go do other things. But I was already there. I had already driven all the way to Johnstown, and now I'm sitting there like, how am I going to kill 3 hours, right? I went and got ice cream. I did all the good stuff you can do, and I only ended up killing 2 hours. I'm like, forget it. And so I went back home because some other people who came, showed up, walked right in, literally in 20 minutes, walked back out. And I was like, how did you do that? And they go, well, I did the get in line online at home. And I'm like, aha. So this morning I got up, it goes live. This particular one went live at 8 a.m. 8 a.m. I was on there, it hit 8 o'clock, bam, I went to it. It doesn't let you register before 8. I get in there and ended up getting this number, D520. So the D is for driver's license. I mean, because they're going to ask you what type of thing you're getting. So it looks like this, actually. So save your place in line. You're going to register for what you want. Or you're getting your plates, tags, and stickers. You're getting a driver's license, ID card, reinstatement, or other, right? And so you're going to get a letter, D stood for driver's license, and a number that you are in line. Now, I wasn't 520th in line. I was 20th in line. I don't know if 5 is the 5th day or I don't know what it is. But basically, I was 20th in line. So I clicked that, and then it sent me a text. The text looked like this. Hang on here. I'm not super ready with that. It was right here. And it says, text the word here. Let me unshare that right there. Can you read this? Text the word here when you're here. Okay. And then you do that. And then that shows that you're there. And then it gets you all set up in line, right? So it let me know, like, you need to go right away. And the cool thing about the system is that it told you your average wait. Now mine, because I did it at 8 o'clock, it said your average wait in line is 1 minute, come now. So I jumped in the car, I drove 17 minutes to get over there. And yesterday, right, I didn't do it right. I spent 2 hours and didn't even get through. Today, from the time I did 8:01, done by 9:18. So an hour and 16 minutes. Now some of you might be thinking, no, it's still too long. Well, here's what was cool. When I went there and typed here, it told me where I was in line based on this system. And it's no longer a live one. I can't do live anymore because now it's kicked me out. But I was D520, right? And it told me they were servicing 509, 511, 512, 514, 510. You can see that, right? The green. The green means it's in service. This color meant they were waiting. That was me. And then others were on their way. It showed me I was D520. So what did I do? I ran next door to CVS, did a little shopping there. And I was getting ready to go jump over and grab myself a nice, yummy McGriddle from McDonald's. And it jumped a couple spots. It jumped all of a sudden up to 517. I was like, I ran over there. And then it sent me a text, please come inside the lobby. The weather was nice enough today, so I sat outside. I didn't want to be inside with everybody else. And there was just tons and tons of people waiting outside. And I'll tell you a sad story here in a second about some people that didn't know this process. They were going through what I suffered through yesterday before I figured it out. But well, anyways, it says 517 says come inside live. Then I went in there, I was 3 deep. And then in there, there's a sign says now serving D519, and then it said D520. They even had a loudspeaker. And if people weren't in there, they're actually even going outside of the line saying, hey, we're serving such and such number. You show up to the person working the thing and you give them show them your number and you're up. Okay. Now, one thing that I will tell you that I saw some people suffering with, and I was fortunate enough to have Stacy tell me, you better take a look at everything, is getting all my paperwork in line before I went. So this new driver's license, this TSA compliant driver's license in Ohio, we're not going to have it until May of 2023. But me, the less times I have to go to the BMV, the better. If I'm going to have to get my driver's license renewed anyways, I was going to get the TSA compliant one. I don't know if the government's tracking facial recognition software or whatever's going on with this. But anyways, I like to fly. Stacey and I are going back and forth the islands. I went ahead and got it, right? It is what it is, right? But they had a ton of documents that you need, a bunch that you need on top of regular driver's license. So if you go, I heard a lady right next to me saying, oh, I don't have that with me, the extra docs. They said, well, we can just give you a regular driver's license and then you have, almost 2 years to come back to get the other one. Not me, baby. I went with all of my stuff. So you'll log into the Bureau of Motor Vehicles online services, and the home there, they have questions for you that you can answer. Let's see where that's at. Whoops, what did I do there? Hang on. I lost my screen. Let me pull it back up. Okay, there we go. It has down here what you need to get it. Where is that now? Driver's license. Hang on. O plates, other services. O plates, paperless flavor to power attorney. There it is. I'm looking for my driver's license, right? You want to get that. So let's see. Reinstatement requirements, schedule driver's test, license verification, military transactions. No. That is not what we're looking for there. Hang on, my BMV, maybe it's under there. Okay, with my BMV, you have to check in with your personal information. Okay, I'm not going to put mine up here because I'm going to put this on YouTube for people to save you time. But you'll put your information, driver's license number, your date of birth, first letter of your last name, and your 4 digits of your social security number. Even though probably all of you know this stuff anyways, already it's for sale on the dark web, but I'm not going to put it up there. In fact, you know what I'll do? I'll stop share. Hang on one second. I'll go over here and I'll put it in because I want you to see this. Hang on one second. All right. I'll be there in 1 second. I promise you this will be worth it. It's going to save you a bunch of time in line. And then, so you can see what this thing looks like. I'm trying to log in. There we go. So boom, 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 boom. View driving record enrolled. My BMV. I want to see my driver's license. No, hang on. This is still. Anyways, there's a list of the documents. I'm going to go back here on this thing. There's a list of all the documents you need for the TSA compliant. Make sure you go through it. It's interactive. There are like 6 different things you have to have, and it'll let you check off what you have. And if you don't have a certain thing, it's got alternative documents and things like that you can bring. Definitely do that. Have your ducks in a row. I had a stack of documentation like that I took with me. You gotta be able to prove your social security number. You gotta be able to prove your residency. You need a couple pieces of documents that show that, yes, you do live at the place you say you live at. You need proof of U.S. citizenship. You need your birth certificate, right? I had to find mine. Mine's very old. Things crumbly after over 5 decades of having that thing. And you had to have all that stuff, put it together and take it with you along with your driver's license, right? And so they check it all through. The reason the lines are so long is these TSA compliant. It's not like the old days where you go, you pencil whip, you wrote them a check and you were out. You got a new picture, your driver's license, took the vision test and you were out. No, now they're taking all your docs, they're scanning them in, they're taking extra photos of you. There's all kinds of extra stuff. So it's a longer line than normal, but this new system is helpful for you. Okay. Here's the sad story that happened to some people that were there. Some people got there, didn't have smartphones, and they didn't see the QR code, or some people that did have smartphones didn't see the QR code, and they didn't get to check in. If you don't have a smartphone, there's 2 elderly people that were there, and they had been there, I guess, since like 7 in the morning to try to get in, and they didn't have a place in line. You had to go inside, manually check in if you don't have a phone, and get a number. and keep that number in your head. So when they called your number, you could go and get in there. So I felt bad for those people. They didn't even, unfortunately, they didn't cut them any slack. And I told them, I said, here's what I would do, because they were way down the line. Their number was outrageous. They were like 80 people deep or something. I said, I would just go home. I said, you have a computer? They said, yes. I would check in tomorrow on the computer, get your number, and then come back. And that way you can get in and out. Okay. So from the time I entered the actual building to the time I was out of there, it was 24 minutes inside the building, getting my documents done, getting my picture taken, and exiting. 24 minutes, not bad. But I had to learn, like I said, the hard way from the day before. So here's what you want to do. You want to you want to go online, save your place in line. They'll send you the text. Let's say there's a 3-hour wait. You'll be able to judge when you have to leave your house or your work or wherever you're at based on the amount of time that the line is taking. And it'll be ticking for you. So you can see that. And then you go, you get there, you check in here, you sit in your car. If the weather's nice, you sit outside or go to a cafe next to the BMV or something like that and chill out as the live ticker on your phone is ticking the numbers through. So you can see how far away and how fast they're moving through the line. So then you can go and actually be present on the premises. And then, I didn't want to be inside. I mentioned, sorry, I didn't want to be inside with everybody till the last second. So they got on like 518, D518. And then I went inside, and that's they call D519 and D520. And I went in there. So I was inside the building for just a few minutes with everybody before they called my number, and I went right up to my booth. So hopefully this is helpful for everyone. It's a completely redesigned system, which has definitely improved. But if you don't know how it works, you'll definitely get screwed, right? So hopefully this is helpful for somebody. So you have to go through what I went through yesterday, 2 hours of my life I won't get back. But I did learn how it worked. And today it was great. Yeah, got to do a little shopping. Didn't even have time to grab a coffee while I was there before they called me in. So good luck to you. Happy birthday if it's your birthday, the BMV. And make sure if you're going to get your TSA compliant, what they do, by the way, is they will put holes in your card, and they'll give you a TSA compliant document you have to carry for the next 21 days, and they'll mail you your new TSA compliant driver's license. And that'll be good for you. The cost wasn't much, it was $30, something like that. And it's Ohio, of course. I don't know what yours is, but good luck to you out there. Have a great day and happy birthday.